This will be the notes and homework for the 8th grade constant rate practice. Every class ended up doing this just a little bit differently. For the most part, I'm worried about this one sheet right here. This is actually the homework section, but I'm going to kind of do this section as notes. A lot of you guys will remember that we have talked about slope before. Slope and constant rate are pretty much the same thing for us. Slope is m. It's also going to be that change of y. Oops, if I can make this work. Change of y over change of x. And again, it's also going to be constant rate. And I'm going to have to ask you guys to forgive my handwriting again. Not only does my handwriting usually look terrible, but it's I have no pen this time around, so I'm going to do this with my hand and on my phone. Bad combination. So for this very first one, we are going to solve for the constant rate. We are going to be looking at the change of y. We're going to put that over the change of x. That triangle just means change. Please don't let that confuse you. So I'm going to look at the change of y first. Here are my y values. So between 16 and 18, we've changed by 2. 18 and 20, we've changed by 2. 20 and 22, we've changed by 2. They're not always going to be the same thing. We'll talk more about why they're different later, but for now, we're just checking to make sure they are the same thing. There's my 2 right there for how much y has changed by. And now on the x, I'm going to look at these. Well, each one of these changes by 1. So my change of x, they all changed by 1. So my slope, or my m, is going to be 2. All the same thing. That my constant rate is 2. Every time y changes by 2, x changes by 1. Going to move on to the next example here. Same exact thing. We are going to worry about our change of y over our change of x. Y has always got to go on top, because that's going to be our m. So we'll look at the y first. Between 24 and 17, we change by 7. Between 17 and 10, we change by 7. Between 10 and 3, we change by 7. But something I'm going to add in here real quick, these are all negatives because we are going down each time. So my change of y is negative 7. Now for my change of x, my x values, negative 4 to negative 3, has gone up by 1, and up by 1. So it's just negative 7 over 1 is just going to be negative 7, and that's my m. For the most part, these are all kind of the same thing. I'm going to do 2 more for you, and then I'm going to leave the rest up to you. We'll do number 7 and number 8. So same thing. Change of y, change of x. I'm going to have those highlighted in red and blue because I meant to be a little more consistent on this. So between 47 and 45, we have gone down 2, so negative 2. Between 45 and 43, we went down 2. And that's between 43 and 41, we've also gone down 2. So my rate of change, or my change of y is negative 2. And now on the x side, from negative 2 to negative 1, we've gone up 1, and up 1. So here's my rate of change. I'm going to simplify it to negative 2, which is the same thing as my m. Last one of these, same thing, change of y over my change of x. Now you get tired of writing this stuff, but it's important for you guys to get this memorized because the actual formula is way more complicated and I don't want to confuse you with it. Not yet anyways. So my y here between 13 and negative 7 has gone up by 8. Between negative 5 and 3, we've changed by 8. Between 11 and 3, we've also changed by 8. So my change for my x value is going to be 8. On my x side, between negative 2 and 1, we went up by 1, up by 1, up by 1. So my rate of change is 8 over 1. But I'm going to simplify that to just 8. And that is my m. Now onto the back side. I'm going to skip to 13 and 14 on this one. We're going to do the exact same thing. I'll even keep the same colors. So we're going to do change of y. Change of y. If I can make my phone work. Over my change of x. So y's for right here, we've gone from here up to here. That is a change of 1, 2, 3, 4. My y has changed by 4. Get the details written on there. Now for my x side, from here to here, we have changed by 1, 2, 3, 4. So our number is 4 over 4. Well, 4 divided by 4 is just 1. So m equals 1. Last one of these. So change of y, I know you're getting sick of hearing this, but hopefully you memorize it, over change of x. We'll look at the y first, between those two dots right there. From here to here, well, that's just a change of 1. For the x-axis, we've changed by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is going to be 1 over 5. So my slope, I could simplify that, or not simplify, I could change it to a decimal if I really wanted to, but I'm good with 1/5. That is going to be my slope. All right, we'll do a couple of these. We'll do 17 and 18, and then we're all done. All right, same thing. All of these, though, what I do want to point out, these are all of my x's are the first thing listed. X, 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 X. Here are my y's. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pick just 2 pairs. It really does not matter what 2. I'm going to use any 2. I'm going to use, I don't know, I'm going to use these first 2 because those are the ones that I've got closest, which means that I don't have to worry about these right now, okay? So let's do change of y over change of x. So did I reverse the colors on you this time? Sorry. We'll do change of y, and oops, I want that to be black. And we're going to do change of x. So to figure this out, I'm going to look at my y's first, from this y to that y, from -1 to go to -3. We have gone down 2. So my y is changed by -2. For my x to go from here to here, from -2 to -1, we have actually gone up 1 spot. So my slope on this one is going to be -2. One more. So again, it doesn't really matter which ones I pick. First, I'm going to label these. I'll go back to, well, I'm going to keep the same set of colors. So we're going to do, there's my x, 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 and x. And then, oops, I'm not sure why I drew a y there. And then here are my y's. I'm going to pick any 2 pair. It doesn't really matter. Before I've used the left side, I've used the right side. This time, just for grins, I'm going to use the center because the answer is the same either way. We are doing change of y over my change in x. So now I've got to go through and I'm going to look at how much each of these changes. So y is first. From 35 to 43, we've changed by 8. And it looks like we've gone up 8. Now for my x's, we've gone from 5 to 6. So we've only gone up 1 spot. So my slope is just 8 over 1, which is 8. So that's my m. Guys, if you have any more questions on this, you need to come to tutorials and ask me about it. I'm happy to help you out.